So as we all know, the Montreal Canadiens have been struggling, but you know who else has been struggling? Our good friends in Ontario, not the Sens, but maybe the Sens. I don't know if they're struggling, but it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Justin, what is their record right now?
2-4-1 as of tonight.
2-4-1 as of tonight. That's what is this? It's a Monday night, and it was 3-1, if I'm not mistaken, against the Montreal Canadiens last.
It was.
Okay, just double checking. Jokes aside, before you completely downvote this video / segment, whatever it is, the Maple Leafs obviously have something to prove this season after the way that it ended, and especially the narrative of this team. It's really, again, from a Habs perspective, there's a panel of all Habs fans, of course. So there's definitely a bias here and a little bit of animosity, which is totally fine in sports. But my question is, with this brutal loss against the Pittsburgh Penguins, this is the one that they just had, and they lost tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes. But the one against, sorry?
4-1.
4-1 against the Hurricanes. So that's 7-1 and 4-1. But the 7-1 loss against the Pittsburgh Penguins that was missing Chris Letang, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Brian Rust, low-key super underrated. And I'm missing somebody else here. Jeff Cotta. Yeah, Jeff Cotta. This is key players. Like this is their first power play unit. And Muzzin, after this game, Jake says it's inexcusable, completely unacceptable, all of the good things. Versus what Mitch Marner said, which was, I don't think we should be too concerned. I'm paraphrasing here. All of that context starting this. Alex, if you're a Leafs fan right now, how do you have any hope? What makes you believe in this team? And again, this is a genuine question. So if you have any answers, and if you're a Leafs fan, please let us know. But Alex, if you're a Leafs fan, which you're not, what do you think here?
Yeah, I think it's got to be tough if you're a Leafs fan, because you would put so much hope and faith in these big names, these big core pieces, and so far they've had no success whatsoever. Realistically, I don't think this will change for the Leafs. They are a good team, but I think they need to do something different, try something different, maybe move one of these guys and bring in just some more depth, some more pieces that can help support this top heavy roster. I think it's just too top. You can't expect these guys to carry you every night. You need some depth to pull you through the tough stretches. I don't think they have that. And I think that's what they need if they want a chance of success.
For you, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, more of the same, but I don't think it's, I don't think it's as grim as Alex puts it. I think it's like with a player like Mitch Marner and Auston Matthews. Like Mitch Marner had, I think, like 95 points last season. He was like 5th in points. Auston Matthews is one of the best scorers in the league. This kind of stuff won't happen in general. Like Auston Matthews having 1 point in 4 games. Mitch Marner I think has 1 point in 7 games now. Like this is not the norm. These players should be performing like a lot better than what they're showing right now. And I mean, just that can carry a team. Like you talked about the 4 players. Obviously, if they're not performing on a night-to-night basis, the Leafs have absolutely no chance. But I think it's just about getting their mojo back, getting their confidence back, and bouncing back from the embarrassing loss to the Habs in the postseason. And yeah, and then they'll be fine. That was a subtle little jab at the Leafs there, but they'll
not
take
so
it.
Subtle, but yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too worried about the Leafs. Like they'll turn it around. Auston Matthews is going to score around 50 this year for sure. Mitch Marner is going to be a beast again. Like it's just about getting into that groove. It's kind of like the Habs. Like they just need that kind of big win where Auston Matthews gets a like 2-2 and Mitch Marner gets like 4 assists, and then they'll débloque and they'll be good. They just need to débloque en bon français.
Yeah, for those of you watching, débloque means unblock. It's like when the dam opens, basically.
Real tough one there.
Yeah, very tough. But although I don't want to, it's going to come off this way as a Habs fan. What I would caution with what you're saying is that at the end of the day, that's a little bit of the problem. And that's what you're saying, Alex. And I know it's maybe a little bit of in between here, the answer. But if that happens in the playoffs, which it kind of did, you're in trouble. And I don't think that the Leafs, and I think this is evident because there hasn't been that much of a change in the roster in terms of what they're acquiring. It's not a different look. Jason Spezza is back, and I think he's the only one that's performing well. You still got Wayne Simmons, you got Michael Bunting, you lost. Adam Brooks to us on waivers. But my point is that the Leafs come in this season with the same recipe. I would think that Kyle Dubas is feeling a little bit of that pressure to perform. It's evident in the All or Nothing documentary. And that's why it's tough for me to project myself in the shoes of a Leafs fan. But why would I think that anything is going to be different? Like, has there been enough? I get, again, coming back to the series between the Montreal Canadiens and the Maple Leafs. John Tavares gets injured in the first game. We're completely aware of that. It could have changed the whole narrative, but they were up 3-1, as we know. Okay, and I just think that if you're going in and you're all of your chips, all of your eggs, one basket, and it's those 4 players, and if it doesn't work, it's gonna be a tough pill to swallow. And I think the Toronto Maple Leafs deserve some success, and I'd actually love to see them have that success, so that that rivalry between the Montreal Canadiens and the Maple Leafs is not as paper thin. Even this time around with the first round, we were saying like how it could have been like a good thing for the rivalry, and if they don't take that step in that direction, and it becomes a thing that's more dramatic, and they have to do a turnover of their roster to get to that point, that's another lull in this what's on paper a great rivalry. So I don't know what you guys think back at home. Let us know. If you're a Leafs fan, don't take it personally. We've all been so that's it for the Maple Leafs and the Around the League segment for this week, and we'll be out to close the show right after this.